The extended outlook Wednesday and Thursday, partly cloudy and cooler, high of 68 to 50.
Destination, the new Europe. Objective, vacation, relaxation. Airline, Sabina, Belgian World Airlines.
It's time you knew the best way to travel to the capital of the new Europe. Fly Sabina's Common Market Express to Brussels, the perfect first stop on any European vacation. Take advantage of Sabina's Sojourn in Belgium package. For only $130 per person, double occupancy, you get 4 nights in a deluxe hotel. Fly with a companion, and Sabina offers a free Avis rental car with unlimited mileage for 1 full week. To continue your holiday, Sabina has convenient connections to more than 72 cities worldwide. Call your travel agent or Sabina for details. Seasonal restrictions apply. Only Sabina offers spacious 747 service to the gateway of the new Europe.
It's time you knew Sabina.
Belgian World Airlines, the official airline of the Common Market capital.
In-town Hardware, the place that you know. In-town Hardware.
Did you know that last year there were almost 2.5 million burglaries in the United States? Unfortunately, the crime rate is going up, and Atlanta is no exception. Law enforcement experts agree that one of the most effective steps you can take to protect your home is to install cylinder deadlocks on all exterior doors. And In-Town Hardware recommends cylinder deadlocks by Kwikset. That's because they're engineered for safety and security while still being easy to install and trouble-free after installation. As the summer months draw close, now is the time to protect your home and family with Kwikset cylinder deadlocks. They're available at all 4 In-Town Hardware locations. And talk to In-Town about using the right tools for this or any other home project. They're always glad to help.
In-Town Hardware, the place that you know. In-Town Hardware.
4 In-Town locations to serve you better.
Can't beat it. Feeling you get from Coca-Cola Classic. Can't beat the feeling. Gotta dance to the heat of the day. Hear the beat, it's coming your way. Check these feet and you're gonna say, hey, 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 can't help it. I felt it. Feeling so real, you just got to share it. Bop it, can't beat the feeling.
The Georgia Renaissance Festival offers days of Old English fun each weekend, April 29th through June 4th. The 30-acre village offers hundreds of costumed characters, nightly games, royal foods, crafts, and magic unseen in the 20th century, plus a lively pub. It's 8 miles south of the airport on I-85 at exit 12, Peachtree City. Free parking.
You can't beat the feeling.
For years now, Ridgeway Development has been offering homeownership opportunities to smart Atlantans. Our name has become synonymous with quality and value. We've sold many homes, won numerous awards, and made a lot of friends too. This is Jack Strama, president of Ridgeway Development. We believe in home ownership, and Ridgeway has helped many people achieve the dream of owning their own home. And now, we're going a step further than ever before. Ridgeway is now offering the most risk-free chance to own a new Ridgeway home. It's our guaranteed buyback program. We believe in the value of the homes we build and their potential for appreciation. We want you to have the same confidence. That's why we're offering you the chance to buy a new Ridgeway home with the comfort of this buyback guarantee with very few conditions. Visit a Ridgeway community today while the home of your choice is still available.
For more information on Ridgeway's risk-free guaranteed buyback program, see Sunday's Home and Garden section of the Journal-Constitution. Or for immediate information, call 433-0033. 433-0033. Ridgeway, certified energy-wise by the Atlanta Gas Light Company.
WSB.
Hello there, this is Paul Gonzalez inviting you to join me weekday afternoons from 1 to 3. You may be shocked at what you hear, but you'll be talking about it afterwards. Right now, more of Sound Off with Chris Davala on AM-750 WSB.
David Paul sitting in for Chris Davala on Sound Off tonight. Overcrowding. It is a problem, but I don't see it as a problem. It's a problem to our legislators, our judges, but who cares? Stand up, sleep on the floor. I don't care where you sleep. I don't care if you're hungry. I just assume you work 16 hours a day. I don't want you out on the streets with me and my children. Mark, DeKalb County, you're on.
Yeah, hey, Dave.
Hey, Mark.
I wanted to make a comment about the prison situation, but before I say that, I want to say that I agree with the last caller in that the people down here just habitually vote for the Democrats.
Yeah.
And people like Sam Nunn is an example of how a politician who knows he's going to keep elected just takes all the voters for granted and does what he wants.
Hey, Mark,
it's ridiculous.
How long has Sam Nunn been in office?
I don't know, a couple of terms,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just it's we're at a point now where constantly giving these Democrats or these politicians in general the impression that they're always going to be reelected leads to mismanagement and waste, corruption, just pissing on our tax dollars and stuff.
Oh man, it's bad.
All right, listen. Let me make a comment about the prison situation. Okay, it costs $40,000 or $50,000 a year to keep some of these people in prison. Okay, and the thing is that a lot of people don't want to keep spending more and more tax money on prisons, especially when it's going to be increases in taxes.
Well, I think
they just raise the sales tax. What I think they should do is we don't want to become a country of prisons, and at the same time, if we do have to spend more money on prisons, let's cut some other taxes and get revenue that way. Let's not raise taxes. And why don't we cut out some of these this yearly decal thing or tag thing?
What a joke!
I
agree with that.
What a hustle!
It's a moneymaker, Mark. It's a moneymaker.
That's right. And where does that money go to? Do people know? Look at when you drive on the interstate. There's all these policemen driving around trying to catch people going 5 miles over the speed limit, or seeing if their tires are kind of low on air.
That's big business, Mark. That's big business.
Yeah, I know, but and we the people can put an end to it, and it's time for people to start exercising their rights, and let's put the money back in our pockets.
You're right, but most people are passive, and they forget tomorrow what happened today. And when election time comes, all these politicians will be out 3 months beforehand. They'll look great. They'll tell you everything you want to hear, and you'll forget everything they did in the last 4 years.
Well, then we get what we deserve.
Oh,
you know what it means?
We do.
It means you can fool everybody all the time.
Oh, people can be led. People are sheep, and the politicians take advantage of that. I appreciate the call, Mark. Steve in Lawrenceville, you're on the air.
Hey, Paul.
No, this is David Paul.
Hey, David Paul.
Very good.
Poor Mark there. He talks about down here. I guess the interstate's still open,
Well, this is down here, isn't it, compared with most of the country?
I lived 6 years in Pittsburgh, and I was born in the Midwest, so I've been around a little bit, and I really like it down here.
Yeah, well, Pittsburgh's the pits, isn't it?
No, it's a beautiful city.
Is it really?
It is a beautiful city.
Tell me the best thing about it, because I've never heard a good thing about Pittsburgh in my life.
Come on now.
No, really.
The incline.
Oh, the
incline. On the Golden Triangle. And
but I noticed you're here and you're not there.
Monongahela.
That says something.
You're Ohio. Yeah, I live here, and I was going to address the prison issue, and that I think a lot of, I live in Gwinnett County, and we have a Republican lady out here running the show, and so I think that this, like the man said, voting a party ticket and things like that, just really is kind of backwards for this day and time. And the issues, and it doesn't. I'm 29, and as I get older, I tend to watch and pay attention harder and longer.
Got about 5 seconds.
Right, and I'd just like to know what, they never seem to address the issues, and everyone's so afraid of...
Appreciate it, Steve. I hate to get rid of you there. You're a fascinating guy. But checking the Atlanta Braves baseball schedule, they're off tonight and travel to Philadelphia for a 3-game stand with the Phillies. Tomorrow night's game is at 7:10 on AM-750 WSB. We are going to talk about one world government. That is the solution to everything. One world. The time at the tone is 10 o'clock.
Get twice the coverage with exclusive Skycopter Skyplane traffic. Depend on AM-750 WSB Atlanta.
Good evening. I'm Gordon Decker in the AM-750 WSB News Center. The temperature at 10 o'clock, 67 degrees. Tonight's weather, a 50% chance of rain after midnight, a low of about 56. Atlanta's only full-time radio meteorologist coming up. Heading for a showdown next week among Atlanta City Council members, supporters, and opponents of the Georgia 400 extension. Tonight, tell Atlanta City Council members why the road should be built or why the plan should be scrapped. WSB's Doug Rink reports.
It's the public's last shot at swaying Atlanta City Council members. Those supporting the Georgia 400 extension came out in force.
Specifically, the evidence clearly supports the construction of the Georgia 400 extension.
And I ask that you urgently and diligently consider and vote positive for Georgia 400.
Road opponents also took their turn at the microphone.
My advice to you as a council is to protect a valuable resource and vote against extending Georgia 400.
When do we stop investing in brick and mortar and start investing in people?
Atlanta City Council members will debate the road among themselves on Wednesday, then vote on the issue next Monday. Doug Rink, WSB News.
The Snellville City Council has delayed a decision on whether to allow a home for abused children in a residential neighborhood. Snellville officials say they will wait for the outcome of a federal law that could make City Council approval unnecessary. Plans for the home have sparked opposition among some residents, while others tonight expressed their support for the project. The director of a home for abused children is worried that some of those who need help will not get it because they're too old. WSB's Dave Folk reports.
Phil Coons runs Rainbow House in Clayton County. The number of beaten and sexually abused children he takes care of is increasing, but there are some who are getting too old to stay and too young to be out on their own.
Having children from all races and all economic levels, all educational levels.
Coons is pushing for a state program to train older children who've been victims of abuse how to live on their own so they're better prepared to get out of the house and away from that abuse. Dave Folk, WSB News.
AM-750 WSB News Center time, 10:02. Just ahead, violence in Panama. That story and the weather coming up.
Partnership. At Fulton Federal, your mortgage loan is the first step in what we like to think of as a long-term relationship.
Full service.
As a family moves through the various stages of its life, we provide money for housing, and we provide money for a car or for continued education. I think that is an important part of having a relationship with a local institution, one that's statewide, that can provide ongoing financial services beyond your mortgage loan.
Hank Garman, CEO, Fulton Federal.
Fulton Federal knows homeowners' needs better than anyone else.
Homeowners, you do have a choice. Fulton Federal, the people's choice.
Hi, this is Dave O'Brien, inviting you to join all the fun of Cobb General Hospital's 10th annual 5K road race on Saturday, May 13th in celebration of National Hospital Week. There'll be awards, door prizes, and fun for everybody. The race begins at 8:30 a.m. with a 1-mile fun run at 9:15. Late registration will be from 7:30 to 8:15 the morning of the race, and the race begins and ends at Cobb General Hospital at 3950 Austell Road in West Cobb County. Now, for the serious runner, the Cobb General 5K is great training ground for the Peachtree. And for the weekend athlete, good exercise and good fun. There are 7 age divisions, so there'll be lots of winners, and everybody gets a free T-shirt. Pick up your race registration form at any area sporting goods store or call 944-5110 for more information. All race proceeds will benefit the community outreach program of Cobb General's Cancer Support Service. Help win the race against cancer. Register now for the Cobb General 5K on Saturday, May 13th.
AM-750 WSB News Center time, 10:04. There are reports of post-election violence in Panama. Armed men in civilian clothing fired automatic weapons to break up a crowd of anti-government demonstrators. At least 3 people were wounded, 1 critically. The Bush administration is watching the Panamanian situation, as we hear in this report from George Guetta.
The State Department said it is deeply concerned about evidence that forces loyal to General Manuel Noriega are trying to rig Panama's national elections. In a statement, the department quoted the head of an official U.S. observer delegation in Panama as saying the election was marred by fraud and manipulation. President Bush has said the United States will not recognize the declared winner of the election if the process was rigged by pro-Noriega forces. The administration claims independent exit polls on Election Day showed 3-1 support for the opposition candidate. George Gedda at the State Department.
The time, 10:05. Here, rush hour road reports every 6 minutes. Save time with Skycopter Skyplane traffic only on AM-750 WSB. Now Atlanta's most accurate weather with meteorologist Kirk Mellish.
Deja vu weather patterns on the way. My exclusive forecast for tonight, increasing cloudiness and less cool. A 50% chance for showers after midnight, low 53 to 58. Then for tomorrow, windy with an 80% chance for thunder showers, high 67 to 72, low 60. And the extended outlook Wednesday through Friday, showers ending Wednesday, then partly cloudy and cooler, highs around 68, lows around 50. I'm meteorologist Kirk Mellish in the AM-750 WSB Weather Center.
Currently, WSB color radar shows a long band of showers extending from Chattanooga all the way into Rome. Otherwise, we have cloudy skies. Relative humidity 39%, winds from the south at 9 miles per hour. Barometer at 30.01 and steady. And at 10:06, the temperature on Peachtree Street, 67 degrees. David Paul is next. I'm Gordon Decker, and if news breaks out, we'll break in. This is Atlanta's leader for news, weather, and traffic. AM-750 WSB. You can depend on it.
AM-750 WSB presents Sound Off with Chris Davala. To be a part of tonight's show, call 872-0750. That's 872-0750. Now, here's Chris Davala.
Welcome back. As you can tell, I'm not Chris Davala. I'm David Paul, sitting in for Chris. People, you're free to talk about overcrowding, but I want to bring up something that is very dear to me, something I believe in. Have we outlived our system of government? Have we, this government, is it time we move on? Can we accept that, or should we accept that? When we set up this government 200 years ago, it was for 13 colonies. The country slowly built up to what we are today. But it was 200 years ago when this Constitution was put together. When these people got together, they were, in a sense, I guess maybe they were traitors. They got together from each colony, and they did away with the Articles of Confederation, and they sat down and came up with what is the Constitution. They threw the Articles of Confederation out the window, and they merged the 13 colonies, because at the time the 13 colonies had 13 different forms of government, and we formed a oneness. Is it time we do the same thing all over again on a worldwide basis? Is it time we threw out all governments and we say, this is the way it is. We're going to have a one world government. We'll have a lot more money. We won't have nuclear weapons. We won't need nuclear weapons. And the world can be one. It would be unbelievable. There would be no such thing as Hungary anymore. No such thing as hunger, excuse me. No such thing as slavery, as in Africa. We can do away with it. When the United States formed our present-day government, we stood up. We stood up to the states that went against it. If the 13 or the majority agrees, we stood up against the one state or states that said, no, this is not for us. The 13, the majority, ruled. Is it time we do the same thing all over again? The number here is 872-0750 outside Atlanta. It's 1-800-WSB-TALK. Joe in Riverdale, you're on the air.
Yeah. Let's talk about the overcrowding.
Okay, Joe.
Okay, I got a question to ask you before I can make my statement. You don't really care about these people that are in jail?
Not at all, Joe. I'd assume they rot.
Okay, now I'll ask you my question.
Mm-hmm.
If you put an animal in prison, and he stays in prison 5 years, and you didn't care about him when he was in prison, what's going to come out at you? Because
an animal,
majority of them are going to come out.
I don't know, Bill. If I got somebody in the corner and I started beating him to a pulp, pulverizing the guy, and 2 minutes later he got out of that corner, he would be afraid to get near me again. And I think jail could be the same way. He would be scared to death of ever going back to that place if it was, a den of just horrible crimes. Unbelievable just misery that would go on. I think don't you think he'd be nervous about going back?
Well, I was there.
You were there. When were you there, Joe?
I was there. I was there for 7 years.
I
was there from 76 to 83.
Did it what kind of person are you now?
I'm a professional person.
Are you reformed?
I'm a professional person. I'm reformed. I don't have any desire to do what I did.
Mm-hmm. So, but was it bad? Was your experience in jail bad, or was it pleasant?
I mean, if you're in there 15 minutes, it's bad.
So it was pretty bad.
Yeah, but you know, the thing about it was there were people that were in the free world that cared.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them made a statement, and, you know, all I've heard is, for the whole night on the show was about the so-called riffraff and armpits.
Well, they are.
Well, what about Mr. Colson?
You mean the Mr. Colson, the man who has found God? That Mr. Colson?
Yeah.
I think Mr.
Chuck Colson.
Oh, what a loser. The guy is just, he knows how to play the game, and he plays it very well.
Do you think he's playing the game?
Oh, I think the guy is very successful at it right now, don't you?
I think he's a great man, and I'll tell you one other thing I think. You know, he made a statement that's a very true statement.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the so-called losers that go to jail.
Right.
Or these big politicians, they don't go.
They go to country clubs. Well, there's all country clubs.
They're not all country clubs.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a correct.
It depends how you look at it. In this world, in the United States, we are in the top 2% of the wealth of the world.
Your neighbor might be one.
Well, you are a wealthy person in this country, and our prisoners live better in this country than the poor do in third world countries.
But we're talking about this country.
Mm-hmm. We are talking about this country. No, I'm talking about, I think overall I'm talking about mankind.
But when we talk about mankind, I mean, you know, people make mistakes.
People do make mistakes.
And people pay for their mistakes.
Not all the time. Money can buy you all the justice you want, and you're not paying for a mistake there. You're buying justice.
But I paid for mine.
Well, I think that's good.
And I paid for justice because I paid big money for big dame lawyers, and they didn't keep me out.
Mm.
And but my whole point is, you know, the people in prison are no different than the people next door to you.
Well, not necessarily.
Well, that is the truth. They're human.
Well, they're humans, but they're the low-life humans. They're not like my neighbors who work for a living and who pay their bills. And
I work for a living now, and I pay my bills.
Well, you had a problem, didn't you? You had a problem, and 7 years is not a drop in the bucket. So you must have had some pretty good crime, Joe.
I had a pretty good crime. I did.
But at the time when you were convicted, maybe you're not now. Maybe you're a reformed loser. But you're no longer a loser.
Yeah, but we're all losers when you look at it.
No, not true at all.
Because we could all do better than what we're doing.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, it depends how you look at life. I mean, I go through life, and I will treat you good, and I hope you will treat me good. You leave me alone, and I'll leave you alone. But see, Joe, you spent time because you were, let's face it, a loser. And
but let me ask you this. Everybody's a loser. I want to know the difference in the man that sticks a gun in somebody's face and robs them, and the man that goes to a computer and punches two numbers and robs an old person.
Oh, I agree with you, Joe. I agree with you. Well, one guy's wearing a tie, and the other guy's a scum bucket on the street. But
the guy that wears a tie don't go to jail.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He has the money, and he can buy the best.
But he's the one that browbeats the one that does go to jail and say, keep him in there.
Right. Joe, you're right. You're right. They're both losers. But, one can buy a lot better defense and buy a lot more justice than the guy that cannot. Bill and Marietta, you're on the air.
Well, I guess Joe has some bad food at the salad bar when he's in prison.
Right, Bill.
Serving the wrong stuff.
Right.
All that stuff about as an addendum to what he just said about, or the both of you said about the thing about the guy with a tie versus the other person. Well, maybe the other guy, took a little time and got a government loan or worked his way through college or something, got an education, so he did get a jump on the system. But maybe he, at least earned part of what he got.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this other guy wanted to be an Eastern baggage carrier and make $32,000 a year and be semi-literate.
Well, they're both, I don't care what you call it, they're both losers. You can put it in, one wears a tie, one doesn't, you're a loser.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, there could be a little bit of a difference there. Maybe maybe that should incentivize some people to go try to get an education.
Yeah, but I think, like he was saying earlier, what's the difference in a guy wearing a tie and bilking old people? I think bilking old people is a highly offendable crime.
Yeah, that's the bottom. I didn't catch that part, but yeah, that is the bottom.
That's despicable. But that goes on every day, and people like that do walk. They bilk millions and millions. and then they get fined, let's say 10% of that, and they serve they get a 2-year sentence, and they serve 3 days in jail and get parole. No, it's sickening. Crime does pay, and it pays very well.
Yeah, that is the bottom. That's on the same level with child abuse.
Yeah, it's tempting, isn't it, Bill? Isn't it tempting?
No.
I mean, it sounds almost tempting. It's so sickening. Well, I appreciate the call, Bill. Willie in Decatur, you're on.
Yeah, I was just interested, amongst other things, when a man gets one scratch on his police record, he can't drive a bus anymore. And I got a man that needs me bad. I got to wait for 3 more years before I can apply for my rights back. I was charged with a terroristic threat charge, okay? It was a lightweight little letter that I sent the man telling him how I felt about how he broke up my wife and myself. Now, since then, my wife and myself have remarried. I might have to get out of this state.
What's a lightweight terroristic letter?
Well, what it was, he started a little cult, okay? And he took it from California to here. And now my wife and I are back together, and my wife and I admit that this was a big mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're back together. He's wandering the streets homeless, serves him right. But I got a scratch on my record, and I can't even drive a bus. And there's a man that needs me to drive for him bad. So I used to wash, fuel, gas, and oil for him and everything.
So your crime was you wrote a letter.
That's all I did.
You put it in writing.
Yeah. And so for that, I'm charged with a major felony, and I can't drive a bus anymore, and the man needs me. Another thing I wanted to ask you, the one world government, would it lower auto insurance rates? Would it take the homeless off the streets? Sure, and would it bring down...
well, I believe... I'm not pulling anything over your eyes here. I believe in one world government.
Okay, one more question. Can I ask one more question?
Sure, yeah.
I'll say affordable housing, affordable auto insurance for good drivers, and what was that other thing? Homelessness. Yeah, wipe that out.
It's a cure-all. It is a cure-all.
And put me back to work.
Well, there'll be slight problems, but I think one world government, you won't have what is going on now. Let's face it. If you're a single person right now living in Atlanta, let's say you're in the 33% tax bracket. On top of that, you have a state income tax, and you go to the grocery store and they put another 4 or 5%, depending on the county. So out of your $100 you bring home, you're lucky. You're lucky if you see $50 of it. To me, that is why we left England 200 years ago, and I think it's about time we do something like that again. We'll be right back.
At AM-750 WSB, we spend a lot of time covering Atlanta's traffic. We do it so you can save time riding to and from work. Skycopter, Skyplane traffic, with quick updates every 6 minutes. Depend on AM-750 WSB.
AM-750 WSB proudly presents sizzling summer nights with the Atlanta Symphony Pops at Chastain Park. Spend an evening under the stars with the breathtaking sounds of the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra. Join us for an Atlanta tradition, a tradition of enchanted evenings filled with cool summer breezes, twilight dinners, and thrilling entertainment. Featured this summer are some of today's most popular entertainers, including George Benson, The Temptations, Gregory Hines, Melissa Manchester, Ray Charles, Georgia, and Chuck Mangione. Subscription tickets are on sale now, and this year you can create your own Summer Pop series with Pick a Pack of Pops. Call 898-1189 now for more information. Single tickets will go on sale May 21st. The Atlanta Symphony Orchestra Summer Pops at Chastain. This series is sponsored by Arby's, First Atlanta, MCI, and Texaco.
In Town Hardware, the place that you know. In Town Hardware.
If you think Black & Decker tools are only for the home, think again. Introduce yourself to Black & Decker ProForce Professional Power Tools from In-Town True Value Hardware. They're built for the tough demands on your job site, like the variable speed reversing whole gun drill. It packs 4 amps and ball bearing construction into a variable speed powerhouse for precision control on screw driving and drilling. And it has Black & Decker's AccuBore level for accurate drilling. Pick up your ProForce Professional Power Tools at In-Town True Value Hardware. Take them to your job site and put them to the test. If you're not completely satisfied within 30 days, get a full refund. That's the Black & Decker In-Town Hardware story. Visit In-Town Hardware for helpful hints and more details.
In-Town Hardware, the place that you know. In-Town Hardware.
4 Atlanta locations to serve you better.
The Judge for Target.
That's some things that we want you to know now.
mama showed me the place to shop around. Oh yeah, you better shop around. Shop, shop, don't ever stop. You better shop around. Shop, shop, don't ever stop. Yeah, my mama showed me the place to shop around.
Join in Target's grand opening celebration and pick up a 96-ounce bottle of liquid Tide at an everyday low price of $4.77 and a 6-roll pack of Charmin bath tissue for just $1.48. The lowest price every day on everything makes Target the only place to shop around.
My mama showed me the place to shop around. WSB.
Are you a political prisoner in your own country? Would you like to stop being one? Hi, this is Kathy Fishman, and I'll tell you how on my show tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. Hope you'll join me then. But right now, more of Sound Off with Chris Davala on AM-750 WSB.
David Paul sitting in for Chris Davala. Answer me this. This is a serious question. 872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK if you're outside the Atlanta area. Living in this country, which I dearly love, how can we say on one hand we are a Christian country, but on the other hand we have the biggest arsenal that's ever existed? We hold in our power in this country, we hold the power to literally kill this planet. But we say we are a Christian country. How can that exist? In my opinion, it's a possibility. Time will look back on us and say we are the most selfish people who have ever lived on this planet, because we hold in our hands the life of this planet. But yet we say we are Christians. Now that seems kind of contradictory to me. We say on one hand we're Christians, but on the other hand we're threatening the life of every man, woman, and child on this planet. Doesn't make any sense to me. Tim in Southeast Atlanta, you're on the air.
Hi, yeah, I just want to talk about the idea of one world government.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the problem is, if you think that the people in the powers of America are selfish, if we have one world government, it would put the power of the whole planet into too few people, and that concept does scare me.
No, I don't think it would, because they were worried about the same problem when this country was formed 200 years ago, too few people. But if you create a large enough government with, just like we have, the checks and balances system, it could exist. And me and you and I, we would live better than is imaginable, but not looking at just ourselves. Looking at these third world countries, they are the ones that will really benefit.
They will benefit, but at the same time, our standard will go down considerably, and I don't think we want it. And if it...
Oh, so you're looking at purely from a selfish standpoint then?
Well, what's wrong? I mean, let's face it. The point is, it is third world countries have looked after themselves. Every nation does look after themselves.
Not true, not true. Some people...
You're wrong. Dave, you know something? I'll tell you right now, I've listened to you for about 10 minutes, and I've come to the conclusion you've just seem to have this attitude that you seem to know what's better for everybody else than they do themselves, and you don't know it.
Tim, answer me this question. Well, Tim, some other time answer me this question, but if I say it, how can it possibly be wrong? Wayne in Nashville, you're on the air.
David?
Yes, Wayne.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure, Wayne.
Maybe you've answered this and I hadn't been able to hear it because you don't come in very well down here, thank goodness. Who would rule this government? Would this be a communist government? Would this be
Wayne, you think I have all the answers, Wayne, but I do not. What I'm saying is we need a better way of life on this earth.
Okay.
When this country was formed 200 years ago, we had 13 separate colonies. Now, if you were back then, you would say, hey, I wanted 13 separate colonies. We have a state government. That's all we need. I live peaceably in my own state. Why risk anything else? What I'm saying, hey, let's risk it. We as a world have to join. There's no alternative. We are a small world now. We are not a large world like we were 200 years ago where we didn't know what was going on the other side of the earth. Now we know exactly what's going on.
Would this government have communist tendencies or democratic tendencies or
well, personally, I lean towards our form of government. Don't you, Wayne?
So what do all the people of the world have to benefit here? Those that have skills and those that have knowledge and those that have an education and have the ability to do better, what do they gain by this?
What do they gain? They gain a world. They gain, there's no longer borders. There's no longer a border saying, hey, you have to stay in this country and try to survive and make your living. You can go anywhere you want on the planet.
Well, let me tell you that I've heard a lot of people espousing one world government,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone I've ever heard, including yourself, I'm going to term losers, just like you termed the person a while ago. I personally believe you have no other skill than to talk on the radio. I don't know what kind of education you have, but it's not very good. And I think the reason you're in favor of this type thing is that everybody's taken care of, and you don't have to take care of yourself. And if you don't have the skills and the ability to do something other than what you're doing, then obviously it's a nice thought to have somebody else take care of you.
Wayne, a nice thought, Wayne, but maybe I like people more than you do. I love people, in fact, and I guess you just don't like the Christian attitudes that we should have, and that's what I'm in favor of. Christian attitudes. Love your neighbor. I love my neighbor. Clyde Mapleton, you're on the air.
Yes, sir. This is Clyde calling you from Mapleton.
Right, Clyde.
And I was just listening to you, sir, a few moments ago talking about the prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
Did I understand you to say, sir, that the prisoners was all lowlife and losers and things?
That's what I said, Clyde. If they were not lowlife, they would not be there. It's you do not get the better class of people in prisons, Clyde.
Well, sir, you know, I don't know where you come from or whatever, but you understand, I think you was a loser, and I think this station's a loser for having a sucker like you on there.
Well, that was well put, Clyde, and I really appreciate that. That was good info. Alan in Norcross, you're on the air.
Well, you certainly got people going tonight. I've just got one question for you. Where did we all of a sudden decide it was a Christian nation?
Well, it's on our dollar bill. You know, in God we trust. And
but not to disagree with you,
I agree with you. I do not think this is a Christian nation at all.
Well, you've said that probably 10, 12 times since I turned on the radio. And in God we trust does not say a Christian nation. Could be for all practical purposes, could be a Buddhist nation. God being a genuine,
I don't know,
blanket statement.
This is a Christian country. People claim this is a Christian country.
Nobody claims it's Christian. I mean,
I don't know about that.
If you happen to be a Christian in office, certainly a president of the United States maybe would have a more of a feel for their own religion. I mean, Jack Kennedy, I'm sure, would have liked to think that it was a Catholic nation, but you wouldn't hear anybody, there wouldn't be a full backing for Catholics. Nothing wrong with Catholics, nothing wrong with Protestants, etc. But it's certainly not a Christian nation just because it says, in God we trust on a dollar bill.
Well, I don't like it on dollar bills. I object to that. It makes a mockery of religion to me. Do you think it should be on dollar bills?
If it helps some people, fine.
No, it does not help me.
Well, you're talking about the forefathers looking back when it was 13 colonies. The option was that there was belief in religion, even though there was a separation of church and state, has nothing whatsoever to do with the fact that in God we trust being on a dollar bill should offend anybody, nor does it mean that it's a Christian nation. A lot of Jews, lots of Buddhists, and lots of people who are just, there are a lot of atheists in this country who would certainly not consider it a Christian country.
And I think, in benefit of the atheists, we should take In God We Trust off the dollar bill.
Well, I mean, yeah, but in the same breath, you're saying it's a Christian nation. So make up your mind.
People like to say it's a Christian nation.
No, you like to say it's a Christian nation. Nobody else, there hasn't been a caller come in and say, you're right, it's a Christian nation. The only thing that you're getting is a lot of flack so far, from what I can tell, since I turned on about 10 minutes ago.
Well, I appreciate it. You've made me look like an idiot to the world. We'll be right back.
When news breaks out, you can count on, depend on, AM-750 WSB to break in. It's guaranteed. AM-750 WSB has the news team that's always ready, and we cover Atlanta and the whole Atlanta area like nobody else can. Information is what we do for a living, and that's why we always say, depend on it. AM-750 WSB.
I can't give you anything but love, baby.
Maybe we don't toot our own horn enough, but those warranties and guarantees you hear other jewelers talking about all the time? Well, K Jewelers has offered them for years, since 1916 in fact. For instance, K Jewelers has a 3-month no questions asked full refund policy. K's exclusive Paul Brigette watches carry a lifetime warranty, and a brand name watch like Citizen carries an exclusive 15-year warranty. K Jewelers offers free ring cleaning and free gift wrapping too. Very importantly, K Jewelers offers a lifetime warranty and guaranteed increase in trade-in value of at least 50% in 10 years on every diamond sold. So in the future, when you think of love and jewelry, think K Jewelers. Atlanta's most reassuring jewelry stores. K Jewelers, with 10 convenient locations throughout the Atlanta area.
No one gives you more flights to more places from Atlanta than Delta. With more than 400 flights daily to cities all over the globe. And starting June 1st, Delta adds 2 more cities with new non-stops to Huntsville and Milwaukee. Take your choice of 3 convenient flights throughout the day to Huntsville, or leave any morning, afternoon, or night on our non-stops to Milwaukee. We also bring you new service to Wichita, Kansas. In fact, Delta flies non-stop to over 100 cities from Atlanta, more than any other airline. And wherever you fly, we'll give you the best service in the sky. So see your travel agent or call Delta, the airline that gives you the most out of Atlanta.
This is AM-750 WSB, Atlanta's leader for news, weather, and traffic. It's 10:30, and with a quick update, here's Gordon Decker.
Supporters and opponents of the Georgia 400 extension appeared before the Atlanta City Council tonight. The council is expected to vote on the controversial roadway a week from tonight. The Snellville City Council has delayed action on whether a home for abused children should be allowed in a residential neighborhood. Plans for the group home have sparked opposition as well as support for the project. Georgia will most likely have an additional congressional seat to fill after the 1990 census. Legislative Reapportionment Committee was told today that because of population gains, Georgia easily qualifies for an 11th seat in the House of Representatives. Former President Jimmy Carter says Panamanian military leader Manuel Noriega is stealing the presidential election from his own people. Mr. Carter was in Panama at the invitation of the government to observe yesterday's balloting. Thousands of Panamanians took to the streets today to protest the alleged election fraud. 3 people were reportedly wounded by gunfire. Secretary of State Baker has arrived in Finland on the first leg of his first trip to the Soviet Union. Talks are planned in Moscow this Wednesday and Thursday. Israeli troops have sealed off the West Bank and Gaza Strip in an effort to reduce violence during 2 Israeli holidays, Memorial Day and Independence Day, and Britons are being warned to leave Iran after an Iranian leader called for violence against Westerners. AM-750 WSB giving you twice the coverage with exclusive Skycopter Skyplane traffic reports. Now Atlanta's most accurate weather with meteorologist Kirk Millish.
My exclusive forecast for tonight, increasing cloudiness and less cool, low near 56. Windy tomorrow with scattered showers and storms developing. Highs 67 to 72, lows near 60. And the extended 5-day forecast Wednesday through Friday. Showers ending Wednesday, then partly cloudy to partly sunny and cooler. Highs around 68, lows around 50. I'm meteorologist Kirk Millish in the AM-750 WSB Weather Center.
At 10:33, the temperature on Peachtree Street, 66 degrees. I'm Gordon Decker, and if news breaks out, we'll break in. AM-750 WSB. You can depend on it.
From AM-750 WSB Atlanta, you're listening to Sound Off with Chris Davala. To be a part of the show, call 872-0750. Now, here's Chris Davala.
David Paul sitting in for Chris Davala. People, take away your selfish interests. Don't say, hey, it's, what's in it for me? What's in it for the other guy? Not everybody on this planet lives like you and I live. We're in the top 2% of the wealth of this world. You and I live like millionaires. We are rich people. The number locally is 872-0750. Outside Atlanta, it's 1-800-WSB-TALK. Trey in Kennesaw, you're on the air. How about it?
Hello?
Yes, Trey.
You believe that all prisoners are scum, right?
I believe prisoners are. Yeah, I guess I do, Trey. I have no respect for prisoners. They are animals, Trey. I mean, that's why they're there. I mean, you can reform yourself, but when you're an actual prisoner, yes, you are walking scum.
May I? Have you ever thought to consider what about those people who were convicted who weren't really guilty?
Well, I mean, what is that, Trey? Half a percent? I have no idea. I mean, I can't name any right off the top of my head. Can you?
No, but the point is that, I mean, I guess you'd have to be nice to all of them for that one person who...
Oh, not true at all, Trey.
What if
not true at all. Well, unfortunately, my life would be a nightmare.
Because
but
you happen to get a bad call.
What you're saying, Trey, is if unfortunately I got the shaft. Okay, I got the shaft real bad, and they convicted me of something I didn't even do. That we all should live like kings and queens. We should have, like a guy said earlier, the salad bar. We should
no salad bar. I'm saying live decently.
We should have color TV. We should
decently. I didn't say color TV.
Decently. You're an animal. Trey, prisoners are animals.
But I mean, it's not fair for that one person.
Oh, give me a break, Trey, about that one person. Who cares about that one person? I hope that one person doesn't exist. But I can't. No, what you're saying is because of that one person, let's just give them the the red carpet treatment. Give me a break, Trey. Walt and Marietta, you're on the air.
Well,
yes, Walt.
I'm surprised they don't have a contract on you already.
Well, what do you have to say, Walt?
Well, I guess you believe in universal government?
I believe in one world government. I believe, I don't have all the answers to this. I'm just throwing it out there because it's something I've always, like the Trilateral Commission.
Well, are you familiar with the Council on Foreign Relations?
What about it?
Basically what the Council on Foreign Relations is, it is not a recognized, it's not to be construed with the Foreign Relations Council, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Which is recognized by the U.S. government.
Right.
You're looking at another side of the coin here.
What you're saying is this council we give this council the power, right?
No, we don't give this council because they're not part of the government.
No, but they're representatives from each government, correct? So they
universally, yeah, they are.
But they receive their power from what the countries are willing to give. A country does not necessarily have to join this council.
That's correct.
That's correct. So it is a weak council. It is the same kind of government we had 2 years ago when the Constitution was formed. It is a weak system.
The problem is that under the Council of Foreign Relations,
mm-hmm.
and if you're there, I look upon this as that you're taking the power, okay, from the people that are governed, okay, into the hands of the few, and next thing you know, you're going to have anarchy. And I guess I view kind of
to this planet.
I am too.
And I don't want anybody telling me about my religion or telling me in God we trust. Give me a break.
I don't want them telling me that either. I think I have my right to believe in what I want to believe in. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of people telling me that I have to believe in Christ. I do not have to. It's my right not to.
No, it's absolutely you're right, and it's a joke nowadays. Look what all these people, these evangelists are doing. It's these people, some of these people ought to be in prison or shot or something. They're disgusting. I mean, I have children, and my children see these people on the news and everything, and it's sickening. The Parkview High School Drama Department invites you to their Broadway-style production of Oklahoma, May 12th through the 14th at the High School of Cole Road in Lilburn. For ticket information and showtimes, call Parkview High School at 921-7220. A reminder from the station that cares, AM-750 WSB.
How would you like to never have to change your oil again? That's right, never have to change your oil again. There's no reason to, because Jiffy Lube now has 27 convenient locations right here in Atlanta. And for only $23.95, you not only get an oil change, you get your entire car serviced. At Jiffy Lube, we'll change your oil and filter, lube the chassis, check and fill the transmission fluid, brake fluid, differential fluid, power steering fluid, windshield washer, and battery fluids. We'll check the air filter and the wiper blades. And at Jiffy Lube, we'll even inflate all 4 tires to proper pressure, vacuum the interior, and wash the windows. All in just 10 minutes. That's right, 10 minutes. Plus, with Jiffy Lube, you never need an appointment, and we accept major credit cards. Jiffy Lube, now celebrating the opening of our newest store with special grand opening prices this week at all 27 Atlanta locations.
Whether you call her your wife or your mom, her day is special, and she deserves a very special gift. The type you'll find at Service Merchandise, America's leading jeweler. Like our 1-carat total weight 28 diamond watch in 14-karat gold. On sale now for just $1,199. You'll save $300. For Mother's Day or any other day, trust the quality, selection, and value from Service Merchandise, America's leading jeweler.
I'm Harry Reasoner, and this is 60 Seconds. Today we tell the story of one T.J. Appleby, owner and driving philosophical force behind Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar. When we went to visit T.J., we found he puts more than good food on the table. In his own words,
I put the real issues on the table.
And one real issue T.J. feels strongly about is education.
I sure do. By adding new entrees to the menu, I'm encouraging mathematical skills. And with my new fajita quesadilla, I'm sharpening your vocabulary and spelling ability.
Spelling?
Sure. Spell fajita quesadilla.
F-U-H...
See? My fajita quesadillas are a testament to a strong educational system. And they taste great. Beef or chicken fajita meat folded in a crispy, cheesy quesadilla with guacamole, sour cream, and pecani sauce.
Quesadilla. K-A-Y...
Give it up, Hare.
All right.
Get a taste of something new. Study the new menu at Applebee's.
Well, they put the real issues on the table.
Get a taste of something new at Applebee's 14 locations, including 8612 Roswell Road, just south of the Chattahoochee at Loman's Plaza. The legendary Larry Munson and AM-750 WSB Sports Talk. Call in and talk with Larry weeknights just after the 7 p.m. news. This is the sports voice of the South, AM-750 WSB.
Welcome back. This is David Paul sitting in for Chris Davala. People, I'm not atheist in any way, and I don't push that on you because I don't like it. I feel sorry for the people. They're lonely. They have nothing to look forward to, but I'm not one of these that sits back and saying I'm looking forward to the afterlife. I'm looking forward to today, tonight, tomorrow. Let's better the world we live in, and I think one world government is the answer. Pat in Hateville, you're on the air.
Hello?
Pat, you're on.
Yes, David.
Yes, Pat.
Can I ask you, how old are you?
35.
35.
Mm-hmm.
Were you born in Atlanta?
No, I was not.
Can you tell me where you were born?
Yes, in Florida.
Florida.
Right.
Okay. You like the South then, huh?
Oh, I love the South. It's the only place to be.
Do you like the North?
I've never lived in the North, so I can't really relate to it and give a good opinion.
How about West?
No, not the West either, Pat.
How about East?
And Pat, what are you trying to say, Pat?
I'm trying to say that I don't think you have all the answers to all the questions.
Oh, not at all, Pat, but I think I have a basic answer, and that's we learn by history, don't we, Pat?
Right.
And history repeats itself, right? And I think the same thing is happening all over again when we had 13 colonies. You had some brilliant men named Madison. Madison wrote the Constitution, more or less. These were brilliant men. Washington, Jackson, well, not Jackson, but these people got together, and they had a brilliant idea, and they formed this country. They took 13 individual countries, or they took 13 individual states, and they made a oneness. That is what we have to do all over again. We have to make a oneness out of this world. Pat, does that sound like a bad idea?
No, but when Christopher Columbus came over in 1492, that was, that's going back a little farther.
Well, I'm not going back to 1492.
Oh.
I'm going back to, what is it?
How about 1942?
1676.
How about 1942?
What about
Pearl Harbor?
Well, that's Pearl Harbor's pretty bad, but Japanese are good friends of ours right now. In fact, they're taking advantage of us royally.
Right.
But so I think overall that they're winning right now. But I'm not against the Japanese. I'm not against anybody on this planet. I'm out to help people. I feel sorry for third world countries. They're like in a monopoly game, and here we own all the hotels and all the properties, and they can't get started. They have no way to join the rest of us. That is why one world government, we can make us all on equal terms. I'm not saying destroy your way of life.
Yeah, I see that.
Pat, you're not a selfish person, are you? You're not thinking of just you, are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so...
Can I ask you, do you drive an American-made car?
One of mine is.
Okay.
Well, I mean, America's not really up to par compared with some Japanese cars.
Well, David, if you don't like it, why don't you go to Russia?
Hey, I love this country. I love it. I crave it. This is the only place I'd want to live. But I'm just saying, why shouldn't the entire world reap the benefits of our kind of system? Why shouldn't they? What you're saying is, hey, you have it, and you don't want to share it. I'm saying, let's convert the world.
Okay. You're not an atheist.
I'm not an atheist, okay. And but I do not like "In God We Trust" on the dollar bill.
Why?
Because I don't believe we trust. First off, We don't. We don't trust
I
in
do.
God. Well, maybe you do, but maybe you also bury your head in the sand to what's going on around you.
No, I don't bury my head in the sand. I went to the zoo and saw the flamingos and, you know, all the things of nature just a couple of weeks ago.
But I think there's a possibility that just you and I are part of a system that is killing this planet. It's never that possibility has never existed before, and you and I are holding hands in a system which is destroying our surroundings, and that's a very selfish act, Pat.
Yes, it is.
Oh, so you agree with that?
Erosion, spray cans.
Right,
Sure.
right. It's sickening, Pat. And I feel like you know, my grandkids have a right to life just like I do, and I feel for them, and I would want somebody 200 years ago or 100 years ago looking after me. I really would. People, I tell you. Right now, Kurt Wellish reports tonight there's up to a 50% chance for showers, low 56. Tomorrow, windy with an 80% chance for thunder showers, high 69, low of 60. The extended outlook, Wednesday and Thursday. Partly cloudy and cooler, high 68, low in the 50s.
You sleep all night long with your lights on.
Reporting the difficult stories.
Owners agree. Crime is a problem here, especially
Expressing your personal concerns.
from a business point of view. How can you afford to do that? If you want more than babysitting, then you
Sharing the human emotion.
with a new chance at life.
Channel 5 news anchor Brenda Wood.
First, it's important.
Dedicated, determined, dependable. Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
There used to be 7 little words you couldn't say on TV.
That was before Arsenio.
And there was a whole lot of stuff you couldn't show on TV.
That was before Arsenio.
And every TV talk show had a couch and the same guests who always said the same thing.
That was before Arsenio.
And everybody was bored and went to bed early.
That was before Arsenio.
But now there's a late-night talk show that's called revolutionary, cutting-edge comedy.
They must be talking about me and the Arsenio Hall Show.
The Arsenio Hall Show, tonight at midnight on WAGA-TV Channel 5.
In Town Hardware, the place that you know. In Town Hardware.
Did you know that last year there were almost 2.5 million burglaries in the United States? Unfortunately, the crime rate is going up, and Atlanta is no exception. Law enforcement experts agree that one of the most effective steps you can take to protect your home is to install cylinder deadlocks on all exterior doors. And In-Town Hardware recommends cylinder deadlocks by Kwikset. That's because they're engineered for safety and security while still being easy to install and trouble-free after installation. As the summer months draw close, now is the time to protect your home and family with Kwikset cylinder deadlocks. They're available at all 4 In-Town Hardware locations. And talk to In-Town about using the right tools for this or any other home project. They're always glad to help.
In-Town Hardware, the place that you know. In-Town Hardware.
4 In-Town locations to serve you better.
American Airlines and the world. American Airlines is going to great lengths to get your business, which means we'll take you to scores of great destinations all over the globe, to cities throughout North America like New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles, and to countries all over Europe like France, Germany, Great Britain, and Switzerland. We can show you the wonders of Japan, the sunny Caribbean, and beautiful Hawaii, because we fly from Atlanta to over 190 big cities and small towns all over the world. So wherever it is you want to go, whenever it is you want to get there, call on American Airlines, because when it comes to getting your business, we believe there's no such thing as going too far. American Airlines, something special in the air.
From Atlanta, American Airlines serves over 190 cities worldwide. Cities like New York, Los Angeles, London, and Paris. So wherever it is you want to go, call American Airlines today.
Mother's Day is just around the corner, and my friends at Bob Bailey's have a great selection of TVs, VCR camcorders, major appliances, and microwave ovens to make this the best Mother's Day ever. Bob Bailey's has been serving Metro Atlanta for over 30 years with the best in sales and service, and that tradition continues with every sale they make. Here are a couple of Mother's Day specials you just can't beat. Listen to this. An Amana Giant 20 cubic foot deluxe refrigerator, now only $599. And Amana Deluxe or touch control microwave oven, giant capacity and 700 watts of power, now only $199. These are just a few of the outstanding Mother's Day gifts at Bob Bailey's. So you see them today, and you tell them that Ludlow sent you by. They're located 2 miles outside I-285 on Memorial Drive out near Stone Mountain. Mother's Day is right around the corner, so I suggest you waste no further time in getting yourself out to Bob Bailey's.
WSB. Hello there, this is Paul Gonzalez inviting you to join me weekday afternoons from 1 to 3. You may be shocked at what you hear, but you'll be talking about it afterwards. Right now, more of Sound Off with Chris Davala on AM-750 WSB.
David Paul sitting in for Chris Davala. Straight to the phones. BJ in Ackworth, you're on the air.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, BJ.
First of all, I'd like to say that you're taking on a tough task when you try to inform the public about the one world government situation.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to scare the hell out of a lot of people.
Well, people are afraid of change. I mean, it would be a drastic change, but it's a very unselfish thing to shoot for, I believe. I mean, it's because we have it all. We are in the wealth of the world. Me and you, we live like rich people. And I wouldn't want that to change because I like driving a nice car and living. But no, people are very selfish people.
Yeah, I agree with you. And my second point I'd like to make is personally, I think we pretty much have a one world government now today, economically speaking.
Right.
You have a gang of people who have a lot of money, and they manipulate a lot of things, a lot of countries, a lot of cultures, a lot of people, and I agree with you about us having the convenience of the world. I think we're superior in convenience.
No, we are. We have it all. We live better than kings lived 100 years ago. We have everything. I mean, we're in touch with the world with television.
I agree with you. I hate to interrupt you, but I was going to get in all I could.
Sure.
I agree with you a little bit earlier about the prisoner type situation. I don't think all of them are really prisoners. I think some people are incarcerated for some things that I wouldn't really consider to be a crime.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a misdemeanor and a little public service or what have you. But I think there's a serious problem out there, and I think we really need to focus on stiffer penalties for people who commit crimes with guns instead of getting tougher gun laws. Get tougher with the people who use the gun.
Well, I think gun laws are silly. It's I think guns are a right I have. And if you can do away with guns, what about these people that commit crimes with knives? You do away with knives. What about people that commit crimes with sticks? I mean, with clubs. Are we going to do away with clubs, rope when they strangle? So we're going to do away with rope.
Yeah,
where does it stop?
Yeah, next thing you know, you say you're fat and you're going to do away with the donut shop.
Yeah, right. Appreciate it.
I agree because it's just going to make them that more expensive by regulating them, which is, in turn is going to create more crime because they have to commit more crime in order to buy the illegal guns.
Right. People don't think ahead. That's it. It's silly. We live in a silly system sometimes, and our regulators, they're an elitist class, and they went to private schools, they went to private colleges, and they never had to mingle with the common folk, and they do not know reality. Jarrell in Decatur, you're on.
Wham, 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 wham.
Boy, that was enlightening, wasn't it? That was really enlightening. Aura in Norcross, you're on.
Hi, Chris?
No, this is David Paulson in for Chris.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Okay, I agree with some of what you have said, but I must say, like, for example, if you want to have this one government situation, type situation, it may sound good theoretically, in theory.
Right.
But in essence, I don't think it will work for many reasons.
Okay.
If you take the Austrians and the European, where they don't have much violence and fighting or what have you, and even their television is monitored, the things that they see, kids don't play with guns and these sort of things. Even over there, they have other type of crimes too. Less, but they do have it. In England, they didn't. The policemen never used to wear a gun or anything like this. But as you can see now, it's increasing. So therefore, they're arming themselves. Not to mention that when you have this open all-for-all government or what have you, it's going to be an increase of everything: crime, drugs, you name it.
Well,
and some of these third world countries that you talk about they're even though they're poor materially, they are rich in other type of situation. They still value family.
Well, because that's all they have. That is all they have, which is very important. We do not value family in this country.
Exactly, we don't, because we have other things. We have in God we trust. We have the dollar bill.
I hate it.
And you say you don't agree with
I hate it.
with the dollar bill saying of in God we trust. But I think that our forefathers did it in another type of effort. They didn't do it in the sense of well, we are Christians, so therefore we're going to put this. I think they did it in the faith of this is our country, we are forming it, and we're not going to trust in the old countries or whatever. You're going to trust in us and in God, no one else. I don't think they did to impose Christianity on people or none of that.
These people, Jefferson, Madison, Washington, were very wealthy people, and a lot of people believe when they formed the Constitution, it's because they had a lot of money invested in this country, and they thought by forming a stronger government they could get their money back. And so I question sometimes, and people question whether it was purely selfish motive or not. Rick, you're on the air in Chamblee.
Hello, how you doing?
Good, Rick.
From Florida myself. Where are you from?
Orlando.
Oh, well, from Tampa. First of all, I'd like to say that I am agnostic, and I'm proud of it, and I don't like some of the negative comments I've heard you and some of your other listeners say, because I have good reason to believe the way I do. Second of all, you said something very briefly a second ago on gun control that really bothered me. I really wonder if you've ever studied gun control in countries where it has worked.
Not at all. But see, I'm not...
Obviously not.
Well, obviously not. We have a Bill of Rights in this country, and do you want to throw those out the window?
Well, wait, you're talking about revising the Constitution and other things. Well, let's update a lot of things that are outdated, David, like gun control.
Rick, I'm not going to cut you off. I'm going to put you on hold. I want you to come back because you're interesting. Boy, what a fascinating guy. I hope he can enlighten me. Checking the Atlanta Braves baseball schedule. They're off tonight. And travel to Philadelphia for a 3-game stand with the Phillies. Tomorrow night's game is at 7:10 on AM-750 WSB. Think about it. Sit back in your chair. One world government. The time now is 11 o'clock.
The most accurate weather from our own meteorologist. Depend on AM-750 WSB Atlanta.
Good evening. I'm Gordon Decker in the AM-750 WSB News Center. 11 o'clock, 67 degrees. Tonight's weather, 50% chance of rain after midnight. A low of about 56. Atlanta's only full-time radio meteorologist coming up. Supporters and opponents of the proposed Georgia 400 extension into Buckhead packed the Atlanta City Council chambers. Tim McDonald of the Concerned Black Clergy denounces the road, saying the money would be better spent on Atlanta's deprived South Side.
Let us not spend $300 million on streets paved with gold in Northside Atlanta.
Supporters of the road say it's necessary to ease traffic gridlocks and to keep Atlanta accessible for future growth. Some Snellville residents left a public hearing tonight with no resolution to an issue that divided the community. The city council delayed voting on a zoning request to allow a home for abused children in a residential neighborhood. Opponents say they understand the need for the home, but they don't want it in their neighborhood, while supporters say the children need a home environment. Georgia may be adding a seat in Congress following the 1990 census. It would be the first change since 1930. Legislative Reapportionment Committee members were told today that because of population gains this decade, Georgia easily qualifies for an 11th seat in the House of Representatives. Lieutenant Governor Zell Miller released a poll today contending he is the clear leader now in a match of candidates expected in next year's Democratic gubernatorial primary. The polling firm Miller has hired for the campaign, Cooper and Sechrist Associates of Alexandria, Virginia, say the poll shows Miller the choice of 50% of those polled, while his closest opponent, Atlanta Mayor Andrew Young, drew 26%. Mills B. Lane, Jr., the former chairman of Citizens and Southern National Bank and Atlanta civic leader, died yesterday in his native Savannah at the age of 77. CNN spokesman Dallas Lee says Lane had been ill for some time. AM-750 WSB News Center time, 11:02. Just ahead, trouble in Panama and the weather.
Hi, I'm Dick Cavett. If you're the type that can really type, then you're the type Norrell Temporary Services is looking for, because Norrell needs experienced word processing people, and they need them right now. If you're good, Norrell can make you even better. They'll upgrade your skills, make you a more valuable office automation employee, and help you earn a lot more money, which is certainly not a drawback. Call Norrell Temporary Services today. You just might be the type they're looking for, and I, on the other hand, am not.
Hey, BB Wolf here, but you can call me Big Bad, because I was the biggest, baddest bacon chaser in the world. But now, I get my bacon at McDonald's. During breakfast hours, there's my bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit sandwich. And for lunch or dinner, there's the all-new bacon cheeseburger. And bacon lovers, for a limited time only at participating McDonald's, you can get each one for only 99 cents plus tax. Prices may vary. So no more huffing and puffing for me. I get my bacon at McDonald's, and so can you. If you promise one thing, don't wolf your food.
Waking up in the middle of the night with leg cramps can be a real nightmare. The unexpected pain can ruin a good night's sleep. Leg cramps for me are a thing of the past now that I use Calcet. I take 2 Calcet before bedtime and the leg cramps have disappeared. Calcet has a triple calcium formula specially blended to stop and prevent leg cramps. This unique formula has been recommended by doctors and pharmacists for years because Calcet works so well to fight leg cramps in pregnancy, as well as with athletes who suffer from leg cramps caused from overexertion. Though I'm not pregnant, and I'm certainly not a world-class athlete, I do get leg cramps, and Calcet works for me. Calcet is so simple to take, it's small, easy to swallow, and causes no stomach upset. Calcet, a natural solution for nighttime leg cramps.
From Mission Pharmacal, available at Drug Emporium, Revco, Value Right, Good Neighbor, and far more.
AM-750 WSB News Center time 11:04. Former President Jimmy Carter says Panama's military ruler Manuel Noriega is stealing the presidential election from his own people. Carter was in Panama at the invitation of the government to observe yesterday's balloting. Many Panamanians apparently agree with Mr. Carter's observations. Gene Palumbo reports.
Angry supporters of opposition candidate Guillermo Endara took to the streets to protest what they say was the stealing of Sunday's election. There was some rock throwing by the demonstrators and some shooting by the armed forces and by people dressed in civilian clothes and riding in vehicles festooned with banners of pro-government candidate Carlos Duque. Most of the shooting was in the air, but some of it wasn't, and 3 people ended up wounded, one of them critically. There are still no official election tallies, but both of the candidates say they have poll results showing them as the winner. Gene Palumbo, Panama City, Panama.
The time, 11:05. Join Atlanta's best radio news team here at AM-750 WSB. When you see news, give us a call. Our number is the same as our name, dial WSB NEWS. Now Atlanta's most accurate weather with meteorologist Kirk Mellish.
Our weather sours again tomorrow. My exclusive forecast for tonight, increasing cloudiness, not quite so cold, a 50-50 chance for a shower after midnight, lows 53 to 58. Windy tomorrow with an 80% likelihood for showers and thunder showers, highs near 69, lows near 60. And the extended 5-day outlook Wednesday through Friday, showers ending Wednesday, then cooler, highs around 68, lows around 50. I'm meteorologist Kirk Mellish in the AM-750 WSB Weather Center.
Currently, WSB color radar shows a long band of showers extending from Chattanooga down I-75, getting close now to the outside perimeter, and another band of showers moving in from Alabama into the Rome area. Right now, we have cloudy skies in Atlanta, relative humidity 45%, winds from the south at 8 miles per hour, barometer at 30.01 and steady, and at 11:06, the temperature on Peachtree Street, 67 degrees. David Paul is next. I'm Gordon Decker, and if news breaks out, we'll break in. This is Atlanta's leader for news, weather, and traffic. AM-750 WSB. You can depend on it.
AM-750 WSB presents Sound Off with Chris Davala. To be a part of tonight's show, call 872-0750. That's 872-0750. Now, here's Chris Davala.
David Paul sitting in for Chris. Back to Rick in Chamblee. Rick, you're on.
Hello.
How about it, Rick? State your case.
Where were we?
You were rambling on.
I was rambling.
You were rambling, Rick.
Well, I just like to say that, I've been listening for a little while tonight, and, I think what you want to do in theory, obviously, you want to do good, and, in theory, I really, sort of agree with what you're saying, but my problem with what you're saying, though, David, is that I'm a realist, and I believe in, attacking problems that I think can feasibly be solved in my lifetime.
Well, that is a... that's the voice of a simpleton, Rick.
Well,
I mean, you need problems like you have a crease in your hose, so you need to get a new hose. I mean, you have a weed in your backyard. You need to weed the
you're
yard.
making it a lot more simple. You're being the simpler here, making what I said simpler.
No, I am a dreamer. I am a dreamer. I believe in what John Lennon had to say. Imagine.
I was going to say, if you were a fan of John Lennon,
imagine a world. Imagine, and I agree with that. Imagine. Can you imagine what this world would be?
It would be a nice world.
It'd be perfect. And I think I
dream on.
But it's not a dream. This country was a dream that people put into motion, and thank goodness they did. Rick, I appreciate the call. Buddy, Marietta, you're on.
Hey, David, how you doing?
Good, buddy.
All right. David, I was did I hear just a minute ago that Jimmy Carter was said that Noriega was not doing well on the election returns?
You tell me.
Well, I think that's what I heard, and that's amazing from Jimmy Carter, right?
Right.
Okay.
You like Jimmy Carter? Do you like Jim Carter?
No, I don't, but that's not why I called.
Okay.
Okay. I called just to say I'm enjoying your program, David.
Thank you, buddy.
And I have mixed emotions. I'm for you on some things and against you on others.
So you sort of feel it's not it's not real, but you believe possibly a one world government could be the answer?
No, I don't.
Why?
That's why I disagree.
Why? I mean, why? I cannot understand why a person would take the opposite side, that they would not be for a one-world government.
Well, why would you be for it, David?
Well, you do away with nuclear weapons. You could set... First of all, our country could say, let's do away with smog. Second off, let's do away with pollution in the rivers. Third off, let's don't pollute off the oceans. Off the coast, that is, but then Canada does all of the above.
That's right.
Cuba does all of the above. South America does all the above. What good did it do?
Well, that's right, and we could also say that we could also have a socialist government, right?
Well, socialist government works for some.
Well, that's right.
But I'm not a socialist in any way. I think sometimes our country leans towards socialism. The military is a socialist way of life, isn't it?
No. Why is that?
Well, it's they tell you they own you more or less. They feed you. They clothe you. They take care of you.
Well, that's right, David. But socialism is a sharing of income and all of that. That's not military.
In socialism, they give you what they think you will need, right?
That's right.
And that's what the military does. They give you what they think you will need.
That's right, but you don't have to be a part of the military.
No, you do not. No, you do. There is a choice.
You have to be a part of it.
Right. It works. It works for some. Communism.
Wait a minute. Tell me where a socialist government works.
Tell you where a socialist government works. Okay, you're right. I cannot tell you an active socialist government that works, just like I cannot tell you an active communist country that works. But our country, free enterprise, I cannot really tell you there that it works either.
Oh, I think it does.
Okay, well, to a certain degree, but we are destroying the planet in the meantime.
Well, that's right. We are doing that.
We are doing that. So you can say, is it working then if we're actually killing the planet?
Well, no. We are doing our best.
Well, I don't know what our best is.
Well, no government is perfect. Right.
Well, we used to have politicians in the early days who had brains, and nowadays we have professional politicians who stay in public office for 20 years.
And I'll go along with you.
I don't feel like it's a fair representation of what we could have.
Well,
it's not. You and I are not represented. Do you feel like we are?
Yes, I think we are. But I think it's not perfect, David.
Not at all.
But I think it's probably the best there is on this planet.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. But I think there is better, and once we sit back and we start accepting the way things are and not challenging, I think we're in trouble. Thomas Jefferson said once, a little revolution is good, and I definitely think this is the time for a little revolution. The number locally is 872-0750. Outside Atlanta, the number is 1-800-WSB-TALK. Tom in Mableton, you're on the air.
Yes, Dave. Been listening to your show this evening.
Mm-hmm.
It has a familiar ring to it, and I hope it's not going to remain too familiar, because I think what you've done here tonight, although I'm sure you're lighting up all the switchboards, is you're not really presenting too much thought-provoking conversation, which is usually the case with the talk show host on this channel.
Appreciate it.
And I think you're more people-provoking. Talk show radio was recently credited with doing such things as swaying the Congress from voting themselves a raise, which showed the enormous amount of influence that this format has. I think that what you're doing here is more along the lines of a Morton Downey Jr. or Geraldo. It's trash radio.
Right.
You're antagonizing people to get a response rather than getting them to use their minds against useful issues.
Oh,
and I think it's really a shame, because you're wasting such valuable airtime on doing nothing but personal attacks on your own little, vendettas or whatever. And I just think it's a real shame. I hope this type of format doesn't continue.
Well, Tom, you brought me down. You've depressed me. You've ruined my night. Don, Northeast Atlanta, you're on.
Hey.
Evening, Don.
David Paul?
Right, Don.
Yeah, it's John.
John.
John, that's right.
John. Okay, John.
Listen, I enjoy your subject.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's kind of facetious, but I enjoy it, and I know what you're doing, and I think you've gotten a good reaction from it, and I think you ought to keep it. I think when you come back on another time, you ought to use the same one. I think it's very thought-provoking. And not only that, I think it's a challenge to the integrity of people who listen to it, even though some really haven't. This last fellow that just spoke with you was irritated by it. As a matter of fact, most fellows are irritated by it because they're afraid they'll lose their standard of living.
Well, we are a selfish people. I am a selfish people.
Most people are selfish.
Yeah, I mean, that especially, I guess, Americans, because we have the most to lose.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
We live well. People don't realize it because we're not around, I guess, the poor. I'm not around the poor. Poor to us is somebody living on the streets. But in real senses, this person, compared to the rest of the world, probably hasn't made. I mean, they have bread lines. They have supper, free supper at different places, shelters to sleep in. This is high living to, I guess, some third world countries.
Listen, let me ask you this: don't you believe that hell, I don't even know what I was thinking about. Listen, I like your subject. You
Appreciate
keep it up,
John.
and I think it's very amusing.
Good. Bye, John.
Good night.
Gene in Snellville, you're on.
Yes. David, you made a comment a while ago that you was a dreamer. Buddy, if you just keep dreaming a little longer, communist countries will move in here and take us over, coming up through Nicaragua and Mexico, and they're already in Cuba. So I don't think you'll have to dream much longer if the American public keeps sleeping.
Well, you think the worst. I agree with you, though. I do not want a communist government. Not at all. I mean, that's the worst nightmare a person could. I mean, if this was to come true, no, not at all. You misunderstand totally. Do you think by what I'm saying, one world government? I'm saying.
Well, that's what we'd end up with, David.
No, not true. You were thinking the worst case scenario.
Well, many years ago, the young man about your age or a little younger named Joe Pine. And he had a communist leader and a Catholic priest and a Baptist preacher on, and they were asked the question about the one world government. It summed up, the commie ended up saying he didn't have to worry about it. He knew what it would be, the communism. But my other point of discussion would be concerning a Christian nation. Back in 1905, David, Supreme Court Judge David J. Brewer gave a speech at Harvard College in which he pointed out many times that we were a Christian nation. We've sort of got away from it with all that's going on.
Well,
but there was a day when many of the states, especially the New England states, in order to be a politician to run for public office, you had to sign an affidavit that you believed in God and believed also in Jesus Christ.
Right. Yes, that was.
Yes.
And,
wasn't that wonderful?
No, not at all.
You don't think so?
No, not at all. I don't. Not at all. In fact, I don't want to hear religion from political leaders anymore because they make a mockery of it. They use it just like the prisoners use. They use God because it gets votes.
Well,
and that's a joke.
The joke is, you mentioned politicians a while ago, if they had a little more fear of God in them, they wouldn't be doing the things that they're doing.
Well, there's absolutely no fear of God at all by politicians. God is a tool to be used, and God is used very well. We'll be right back.
Whenever you want to hear the latest news, weather, and traffic, check AM. That's AM-750 WSB.
Hi, this is Dave O'Brien, inviting you to join all the fun of Cobb General Hospital's 10th annual 5K road race on Saturday, May 13th in celebration of National Hospital Week. There'll be awards, door prizes, and fun for everybody. The race begins at 8:30 a.m. with a 1-mile fun run at 9:15. Late registration will be from 7:30 to 8:15 the morning of the race, and the race begins and ends at Cobb General Hospital at 3950 Austell Road in West Cobb County. Now, for the serious runner, the Cobb General 5K is great training ground for the Peachtree. And for the weekend athlete, good exercise and good fun. There are 7 age divisions, so there'll be lots of winners, and everybody gets a free T-shirt. Pick up your race registration form at any area sporting goods store or call 944-5110 for more information. All race proceeds will benefit the community outreach program of Cobb General's Cancer Support Service. Help win the race against cancer. Register now for the Cobb General 5K on Saturday, May 13th.
Hey, big fella. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Scooch a little closer to the radio. I've got something very private to talk to you about. A little closer. I won't bite. Good. 2 words. Mother's Day. Whoa, don't panic. I've got 3 words that'll remove that sharp pain in your stomach and wallet. Whitehall Jewelry Sale. For Mother's Day only, every item of jewelry is reduced by 33 to 65%. And with every purchase over $49, Whitehall will give you a free Mallorca pearl necklace. Wait a second, don't leave yet. For Mother's Day only, you can get a freshwater pearl bracelet with 14-karat gold beads for $10. Nice present for Mom from the kids, don't you think? You say you're not sure what Mom wants? Not to worry. Whitehall gives you 90 days to bring it back, no questions asked. Now you can go. But if I were you, I'd swing by Whitehall Jewelers and save 33 to 65%. And by the way, your tie's on crooked.
Visit Whitehall stores in Cobb Town Center, Cumberland Mall, Gwinnett, Lenox Square, North Lake, and South Lake Mall.
In the past, it took genius to conduct business in Germany. Today, it just takes a phone call to Delta Airlines. Whether you're headed to the rugged beauty of the Black Forest or the scenic shores of the Baltic Sea, Delta makes it easy to see the best of Germany. With non-stop service to Frankfurt and Munich, through service to Stuttgart. And now, Delta brings you Atlanta's only direct service to Hamburg. No matter where you fly Delta, you'll enjoy inspired passenger service, the best in the sky. To arrange a brilliant German passage of your own, see your travel agent or call Delta. Then discover Atlanta's easiest way to Germany and back. At Delta, we love to fly, and it shows.
Are you a political prisoner in your own country? Would you like to stop being one? Hi, this is Kathy Fishman, and I'll tell you how on my show tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. Hope you'll join me then. But right now, more Sound Off with Chris Davala on AM-750 WSB.
David Paul sitting in for Chris Davala, local. The local number to call is 872-0750. Outside of Atlanta, 1-800-WSB-TALK. What I'm saying, people, is think about it. Think about it. One world government. To me, it makes sense. It's always made sense to me. Just think about it. Open your minds. Boris, Marietta, you're on the air.
David.
Yes, Boris.
I am very, happy to hear your subject tonight.
Thank you, Boris.
And in my country, we already have the idea of one world government in place. And if your country would just join our country in this, I think you would find the resources would be better handed out, distributed, and people would be much better off.
Sorry, Boris, what was your country?
The Soviet Union. Also, I would like to...
Join your country?
Not exactly join, but my government already has in place the idea through the manifesto written by Karl Marx for one world government.
Well, aren't they questioning right now in the Soviet Union the beliefs of Karl Marx?
Well, Additionally, I would like to mention...
Well, they are, aren't they, Boris? Karl Marx is no longer as sacred a person as he used to be. Aren't they questioning what he actually wrote in his beliefs?
In any system, you have temporary aberration.
You mean right now it's temporary? You think eventually it'll fall back into the Karl Marx way of life?
I agree very much with you in the one world government. And I'd like to say one more comment. I believe, as you say, that religion has held back the United States, and all of the religious paraphernalia, such as in God we trust, etc., is actually an opium to your people. And I join you in wanting to get rid of this.
Boris, you scared me. I don't even know what to say to that. I want a one-world government, but I am not gonna accept the ways of the Soviet Union. In fact, I don't like your support. Fran and Marietta, you're on the air.
Hello, David?
Yes, Fran.
I just wanted to tell you that I agree perfectly with you. And Wendell Willkie wrote his book, about 1940, about One World.
Right.
And, of course, they didn't pay any attention to him.
No.
We are selfish, greedy people over here.
Live for today, there is no tomorrow.
That's right. But you have the right idea, so just keep dreaming.
Right. I appreciate it, Fran. So you would go along with something like this. You would risk everything, and you would move in that direction.
Well, I would, because I think we're risking everything anyway.
Oh, we are.
We're ruining the planet.
Selfish.
Yeah.
Sad. It's sad. It's but on the other hand, we say, we're Christians and we're going to heaven. I think the possibility we're going to be laughed at. We're going to be a joke. We're the most destructive people who have ever lived on this planet.
That's right.
They have never had the power that we have today of actually killing this planet.
We've always destroyed everything.
Yep.
As we go along, we even left junk on the moon when we went up there.
That's right, Fran. Fran, I appreciate the call.
Thank you.
Bye. Mac, Northeast Atlanta, you're on. How about it, Mac, Northeast Atlanta?
Yeah, David?
Yes, Mac.
You're talking about America being a rich country. Well, we ain't nothing but credit cards, down payments on automobiles. We're the poorest country in the world.
Not necessarily so. We are on paper. If you look at us as a business,
People in what you call third world countries, everything they got, they own it.
Well,
the ragged pants they got, they own their britches, they own what they wear.
Well, not true.
We don't own anything here.
We own quite a bit. The reason people are investing here and buying all our buildings and buying all our property is because we are a very successful business.
Another thing, David, if prisoners are losers, then Christ was a loser. He was convicted of a crime before he was crucified, and our leader, who was Christ, is a loser.
Well, that was a framed-up charge, wasn't it?
He was convicted. You say nobody's in prison is not framed.
Very good point.
Christ was convicted of a crime, and he was a prisoner. That means we're losers. People that believe in Christ is losers. I'm sorry.
Mac, I very good point, Mac.
You're a loser to become a Christian.
Well, Mac, that was a trumped-up charge, and I think you're kind of confusing what I'm saying.
There might be a lot of prisoners that are trumped up.
No, I do not. No, I do.
I do. I believe it.
No, I don't. I tend to believe in our...
I think the Savior was a loser.
You think, excuse me?
I think the Savior was a loser. Christ was a loser because he was convicted of a crime and sent to the cross.
Well, not at all. I don't agree with that, and I did not say that. You were jumbling everything I had to say, and you know exactly what I meant. Ted and Marietta, you're on.
Yes, David, how you doing?
Good, Ted.
I want to talk about this world government.
Right.
And do you really believe that it could work?
Yes, I do. I believe if it was done correctly, it would not be easy. It would be tough, but yes, and I think it would be worth fighting for.
By man?
By man.
Okay, because what about the Crusaders and Khrushchevs and Hitlers? All those people thought that wanted to do the same thing, one world government.
Well, that's why we have to do it right. But see, we get crummy leaders too. We don't get them to that degree. But all the world gets crummy leaders, and some of those countries are ripe for Hitlers and Khrushchevs.
Just like right now, right before our very eyes, we see the United States of Europe taking shape, and it's going to be just like it was before.
Mm-hmm. No, it's. I don't know. The world right now is ripe. I feel like the world is ripe for a world leader. People are so bored. We sit back and we watch crummy television shows. We live in a silly society. People are ripe, and I think for the right person to come along right now, it could happen. And I think in our lifetime we could see it. We'll be right back.
Well,
we'll be right back.
The Judds for Target.
That's some things that we want you to know now. About a place that we want you to go.